What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Reboot Nation. This channel and our free recovery forum at rebootnation.org are dedicated to helping people recover from porn problems, whether that's addiction or sexual dysfunction. But we're also passionate about raising awareness on the problems so that the next generation can have the education needed and the information needed to avoid the potential negative effects of porn use. And with that said, last year I was interviewed for an amazing documentary called Our Kids Online. And I was interviewed alongside my man Noah Church, who some of y'all might know. He also has a YouTube channel, check it out. And as people in recovery, we tend to focus on the neuroscience behind addiction and sexual conditioning and practical advice for recovering. But we tend to forget that porn impacts people in so many different ways. And in regards to children, they not only have easy access to unlimited amounts of porn with little to no education at all about potential negative effects, but they also have easy access to predators, or predators have easy access to kids. And so this documentary doesn't just cover the physical effects of porn use, it also covers the potential danger that is out there for kids today. And it does a really good job of, showing you, if you're a parent or have a younger person in your life, it shows you practical ways on how to start the porn conversation with them. And it's just packed full of great interviews. I was interviewed about my own personal story, but it's filled with other experts in all sorts of different areas on porn's impact on kids and predators trying to contact kids through social media and stuff like that. But the creators of this site, Rob and Zareen Cope, who are just amazing people, very kind, genuine souls who were passionate about this topic because of their own journey as parents. They were nice enough to give me a clip of the documentary, the section that Noah Church and myself were a part of, about porn-induced erectile dysfunction. And I want to show y'all that clip that they sent me, but I also want to encourage you to please go watch the full documentary. It's on Vimeo for a small price, and they poured their heart, soul, and own money into creating this thing, and I want to see it impact the world in a positive way. And I know that's why they created it. So please consider watching it. I'll link it in the description, and I'll also post a link after the clip plays. That's all I have for y'all today. Enjoy the clip. Much love.
As we dug deeper, it turned out that this wasn't just some small group of shy guys who had performance anxiety, but something so much bigger. In fact, so big that it's affecting up to 1 in 3 teens and young men. So while we were in the States, we caught up with Gabe Deem and Noah Church, both recovered porn addicts who now help other young men claim back their sexuality. They have coaching, forums, books, appeared in Time magazine's cover story on porn, as well as speaking on Capitol Hill and Chelsea Handler's Netflix special.
I was told that porn would be sex positive, and it ended up being completely sex negative because it gave me a limp noodle. And I don't think it gets any more sex negative than that. Traditionally, in the sex addiction community, addicts were looked at as people with underlying issues or maybe pre-existing abuse and trauma that drove their compulsive behavior. But therapists started noticing a new type of addict, an opportunity addict, that's a part of this digital native generation that was, born into a world with unlimited access to porn. And they didn't have problems that drove them to porn use. They had unlimited access to porn and chronically consumed it that led to problems. I was first exposed to porn at 8, but things got really bad when I was 12, and that's when my family got high-speed internet. As soon as that happened, I was around 7th grade. I'd ride my bike home from school, and I would sometimes watch porn for a couple hours before my parents got home.
My name is Noah Church.
Looking back, I have no cherished memories of watching porn.
Back in the 90s, when I was growing up, I was among the first generation for whom it was common to have a computer in the household and an internet connection. At about age 9, I had the bright idea to search online for pictures of women, pretty women. And I found that, and I found a lot more that I wasn't expecting and had never imagined as well.
This was a normal part of teen culture. My friends and I at school would pass pieces of paper back and forth and give each other tips and tricks of how we could hide it from our parents.
And I was seeing the hardest of the hardcore content by the time I was 11, 12 years old.
By the time I was out of middle school, I had seen just about every genre of porn that you can imagine.
If I wanted to see a picture of a naked lady, I had to go hang out at the magazine rack at the drugstore and sneak a peek. And so I was a little envious of Noah's situation with the media and the technology, and intentionally did not intervene. Now, had there been signs of issues, I certainly would have, but he got straight A's, graduated first out of 800 or so kids in his graduating class. We went to all the parent-teacher conferences.
I loved Larry's honesty here. From the time we spent with him, he came across as a loving father who wanted the best for his son, but who had been caught off guard 20 years ago when porn on the internet was new and novel. I think he captured perfectly what many of us dads think about our sons watching porn, that it's normal and natural to seek it out, which of course it totally is. And man, you boys are lucky. You should have seen what we had to use when we were kids. And here lies the problem. That because porn didn't do most of us any recognizable harm when we were kids, that it won't hurt our kids now. But the porn of yesteryear and its availability is kind of like comparing a popsicle to Mount Everest. And we need to start seeing the belief that porn never did me any harm when I was a kid for what it really is. Outdated, redundant bullshit that is leaving our kids drowning in an online world that is wiring their brains for pixels and endless novelty rather than connection.
And the first time I really realized that something could be wrong with me and with my sexuality was when I was 18. And I was with my girlfriend at the time, my first serious relationship. And this has been something I'd been looking forward to my entire life. I never had any doubt that this is what I wanted. But when we were together there in a bed, naked, my body just didn't respond.
I became sexually active also at age 14, and that was when the battle of my libido began. The battle of my sex drive for real-life partners and my sex drive for my laptop or my PSP or my smartphone. Yeah,
Well, Noah, I made the conscious decision not to give you mine because I knew you had much higher octane entertainment. So if you ever want them, did you ever stumble across my box of Playboys underneath the...
No, I didn't have
Shop
that
bench?
experience.
I was 23, I was in love. For months, I was trying to function with someone that I loved. I was trying to have sex with my girlfriend, and every time we tried, I failed. And I was just completely broken. She thought it was because she wasn't attractive enough. I tried my best to explain that I thought she was the most beautiful person in the world. But how do you make sense of that when you don't even know what's wrong with you?
I realized I needed more and more extreme content or specific content to feel excited, to feel aroused. And that was why when I finally had a real naked woman who I was in love with in front of me, she wasn't enough to incite that experience of excitement and arousal, even though consciously that was all that I wanted all along.